Hey, disc golf fans. Welcome to a segment we're calling.
Hey, what's in the bag?
Hey everyone, my name's Ben. I'm here at beautiful Harvest Fields today to give you my current in the bag. Start with my putting putters. I use Streamline Pilots in Electron plastic. Depending on the time of year, I've got them in super soft, medium, and what I probably putt with the most is the firm, which originally came out in the Circuit Series winter events. I also have just one throwing putter that I carry. That is the MVP Entropy. It's really flat, really overstable, which means I can crank on it on all kinds of different angles, and it'll always fight out of it with a really nice fade at the end. I think maybe that says something about my skill as a thrower. I just don't throw putters well unless they're overstable. Move on to mid-ranges. My workhorse mid-range is the MVP Matrix in Proton plastic. I've loved this disc since I think the 2016 circuit when it came out originally. I've got a bunch of different stamps at home. And just recently, to sort of accompany that, I picked up the Reactor. It's a little bit more stable than the Matrix, but it finishes a little straighter than the Matrix does, and I just love the flight of this disc. I hope that MVP starts making it in Proton. Proton's my preferred plastic, and the Neutron's really nice, but for some reason I just like the see-through Proton discs better. I have two really overstable mids in my bag. The Pyro is kind of the slightly less stable version of the Deflector from MVP. These are some of the first discs to have the Proton plastic in the rim, so they're called Prism plastic discs. I've got one in Proton and one in Neutron from the circuit. This one's a little less stable, this one's more overstable. I love them both. Similar to the Entropy, I can throw them as hard as I want, knowing that they'll do exactly the same thing every time. Into a headwind. I like powering them on big steep hyzers for shorter holes. They're also kind of workhorse mid-ranges for me. For my fairway drivers, I really prefer the width of the rim on the Axiom Crave, which is the same rim as the Axiom Clash. And I kind of match these two back and forth as kind of my go-to fairway drivers. The Crave is a little bit more neutral, and the Clash is a little bit more overstable. For a while, I carried the Inspire, which is the understable complement. I just really like this particular rim width. It just feels really good in my particular hand, and I like these discs because, again, I feel like I know what they're going to do upon release. If I feel like I need a bit more distance, then I reach for this Wrath. It's just a little bit beefier and a little bit wider rim. And if I feel like I need something with just a bit more overstability than the Clash, I reach for this Resistor. I have a Resistor in a couple of plastics, but my favorite, obviously, as you've seen so far, is the Blue Sparkle. They don't make the Blue Sparkle Proton in stock disc, but there's still a few from the 2016 circuit kicking around, and yeah, so that'll be in my bag for as long as I keep it. All right, I've got a couple more fairway drivers, actually just one more fairway driver, the Insanity, which I don't know, kind of borders on fairway or distance driver. This is kind of neutral to understable, and I feel like this one works really well trying to power up a hill, like hole number 3 here at Harvest Fields. Something where you've got to get some distance, but you've got to throw it up. I really like that. Or if I want a big swooping turnover backhand, I'll often reach for the Insanity as well. Moving into distance drivers, I carry some sort of combination of these discs that are all the same rim width. The Catalyst here with this cool scary face infinite stamp is the least stable of these three. The Octane is the most stable, also got a cool infinite pepper stamp. And the Mayhem, this is a special edition Mayhem, is sort of right in the middle of the three. And so if it's a day where there's a nice tailwind, I'll throw the less stable ones. If it's kind of a headwind, I'll go to the Octane. And if it's kind of a neutral day, I'll probably stick with the Mayhem for most shots. And I kind of pull them in and out of my bag depending on the weather and time of year and things like that. My fastest discs in my bag are this Tantrum from Axiom and this Teleport from MVP. They're the same rim width. The Tantrum is just a little less stable, and I can get it to fly in a lot nicer S turn lines. Teleport's just got a bit more stability, and so it holds up better in a headwind. Again, depending on the conditions, I will switch back and forth between these two discs in and out of my bag. Besides the discs in my bag, I also carry a sort of sport sack, the Axiom stamp on it, blue to match the discs. I've got a blue Fligh Towel. These are awesome if you haven't seen them before. It's a towel with a little scoop sewn into it, attached to a fob that they actually carve out of old discs. So this one is an MVP switch, and when you're warming up, you can kind of put tension on it, pull through as you're practicing your warm-up throw, and then it clips onto my bag for the rest of the round as a lovely towel for cleaning off discs. Got a blue Mini, of course, and I've got a blue Sparkle one at home that I swap in and out of. Extra towel, a USB speaker, and a Clean Canteen water bottle that I've got my MVP sticker on as well that keeps me hydrated. My bag is an Upper Park bag. This is the Shift. I can't speak highly enough about this incredible bag. All the discs are sort of easily accessible. They're not all stacked in one row, putting all the weight and all the discs in the same spot, so they're kind of all over. It rides a little bit nicer, I think, and this company just does incredible stuff with padding and the straps, and they've got a lifetime warranty on them as well. So they're a bit pricier, but I just really love them. It closes up like this, and there is a rain fly that you can get with it as well. Yeah, that's my in the bag. Thanks for watching.